Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Diablo 3. We're still in Act 4, dealing with the corrupt growths to find the second Hell Rift. And last time I kind of spoke about how I feel that the act should have been longer.
I draw closer to victory, Nephilim. You are too late, just as you always have been.
And you see that quite a lot in this act where it just seems to be a bit rushed. I spoke earlier, last episode rather, about the bosses.
It is through the Archangel Ariel that the power of hope flows into the fabric of creation. Her eternal light illuminates even the darkest souls. With Malthael's departure, it falls to Ariel to hold the Angiris Council together. Should her light ever fade, all heaven would fall to despair.
So yeah, Skeleton King really quite a long storyline working up to him, so that was good. The Butcher, well, in a way he was just sort of the replacement boss, because you had been pursuing Magda and dealing with her, but she was just reserved for a later stage, I guess. So, oh, the second Mallet Lord. Yes, that's fine, fight my fetishes.
So, you approach the Oculus with the aim to destroy it. You will not succeed.
Well, of course I will. In a moment. There's quite a lot of talking, so I can't really get my point across that well.
The Hell Rifts are closed. You have far exceeded my expectations, Nephilim. But there is not a moment to waste. Quickly, you must make your way to the Silver Spire.
I'm certainly equipping this, by the way. Okay, so let's get to back to the Garden of Hope.
Are closed, but it is of no matter. Soon there will be nothing left of these high heavens. All creation will be the realm of terror.
So, once again, we stop him and he just says, oh, that doesn't matter at all. And yeah, so the Butcher was kind of, he was just, I think, put in there firstly for nostalgia reasons, because they were enemies, or he was a boss in, I think, Diablo 1 maybe? Or maybe Diablo 2, I don't know. In one of the earlier games anyway. And, so that's, I think, why they put him in. And also, of course, because Magda was designed to be fought at a later stage, I guess. And then, second act, we just continue pursuing Magda, and she is kind of the first real major boss in that act, unless I'm much mistaken. No, you really do go after Magda pretty much instantly. So again, we fought her for a long time and dealt with her and had our trouble with her, meaning she has meaning for us. And then afterwards you face Razorclaw. He's a hard-coded boss, so they tend to be easier and have worse drops than the randomly generated ones. And yeah, and then afterwards, because you've dealt with Magda, we have to talk again.
Look at all the gold. If only I had something to pry it off. You must not.
Sorry, it's an old habit, you see.
Tyrion.
Yes, my friend. I am ready to again fight by your side. I was wrong to give in to despair. You have shown me there is still a chance for victory. But we must hurry. Even now, Diablo makes his way to the Silver Spire. I finally understand. Your kind faces death and darkness every day, yet still you find the courage to move forward. It is an honor to be one of you.
Oh, you still have much to discover, my friend.
Okay, so let's go to the Crystal Colonnade. And, actually, let me just quickly make a few points. Well, don't think there is much talking coming up. Oh, great. So let me just quickly rumble through the rest of the bosses. Then in order to get to Belial and actually do something after we defeat him, we need the Black Soulstone. So we spend rather a long time getting Zoltan Kuhl back, and we learn about him, and then we kill him. And afterward, because it's kind of been going through the entirety of Act 2 and bits of Act 1, the Belial thing, so Belial has been anticipated as a boss fight. We kill him. And then Act 3 you start out by obviously raising the defenses and such, and then in the larder again you fight the fat farting demon thing. Again, a boss fight that seems to kind of come from nowhere. It's kind of a minor fight though, so... well, it is a minor fight because it seems to be coming from nowhere. It doesn't seem to have much meaning. And then you keep going, you fight your way through the Ariad crater, through these towers, and there you kind of meet the Maiden of Lust, Saidia, Sin something, Maiden of Lust woman. So again, you kind of learn a little bit about her before you find her. And then, obviously, in the end, Asmodan himself, who's been the major enemy in all of Act 3. And then in Act 4, it starts off right away with a boss fight against someone you've never met before. Then you fight your way through exactly one area to get to the Library of Hope, where you fight the next boss fight you've never seen before in this game. And that trend will continue. So... it seems like they wanted more kind of story development here, but they just didn't have time.
You'd better be ready for it.
Yeah, not really much trouble, so let's see what's gonna happen.
Your kind does not belong here. If I see you again, you will die.
Pay him no mind. This is your fight, Nephilim. Your power is even greater than Tyrael foresaw.
One can only hope. But now, we must stop Diablo before he reaches the crystal arch above us.
Okay. Stopping Diablo seems like a good thing to do. Let's go. To the gateway to the Silver Spire.
Diablo seeks to corrupt the crystal arch that stands atop the Silver Spire. If I let this come to pass, the heavens are lost. Tyrael and I must reach the arch and stop the Lord of Terror before it is too late.
Yep. So now we want to cross the Great Span.
Concerning.
And here we kind of fight the aspects of Diablo occasionally. Again, I think they wanted to do more with this. They wanted to possibly kind of focus more on the whole thing about Diablo now having all the bosses that you fought in, or pretty much a lot of the bosses you fought in this game and in earlier games. Sorry, I hope you didn't hear that too much. But I don't think they had the time somehow. It feels like they just wanted to somehow squeeze those aspects in, so here goes.
How does it feel, knowing you helped me become the prime evil? For all your mighty deeds, all you really accomplished was unleashing me upon the world. Some savior you are, Nephilim.
Leah, please.
There we go. The aspect of terror. Which seems to have some sort of multiplicity effect.
I'm carrying too much.
Okay. It's always so strange. By the way, another reason I think they wanted to do more with Act 4 is that it uses the exact same hub as Act 3. Anyway, first repairing, then some salvaging. Lordy lord. And then finally, can I actually equip anything? No. Shoulder plates. I can make a few shoulder plates. Let's make 5 of those. Okay, this is the only one which actually improves my damage, so let's just go with it. Salvage the rest, of course. And weapons, let's see, you can equip. I don't want a bow. I don't want a staff. If anything, I want something one-handed. Nah, I don't think I'll find anything useful there, so let's go talk to Hadric.
Thought I could make my wife's death mean something. It doesn't matter now, does it?
It does matter. You are here now, and we might still turn the tide of this battle.
Right. Sure that's a comfort for Leah, now that she's gone too. Oh, I've been a fool. You don't get to make things right. This world isn't made for redemption.
Oh, he seems sad. So, an apology.
I'm sorry for what I said before. I was upset. I don't know what it is, but I feel better. Like things can be made right.
You feel hopeful once again.
Yes, that's it exactly. My wife would not have wanted me to wallow in my misery. She would have wanted me to do everything I could to help you win this battle. And you can win. I know that now.
So, I think the first conversation should have been before we freed the Archangel of Hope, and the second one afterwards, obviously. Let's see what Shen has to say.
When you have lived as long as I, you learn that life is filled with betrayal. But the cruelest always comes at the hands of those we love. I know it must be hard to think of other things, but now we must. All creation rests upon your shoulders.
You sound more serious than I have ever heard you.
Well, these are dark times. Even I must set apart thoughts of Dirge's jewel and dwell upon the fate of the world. But that doesn't mean you have to frown so.
And Leah's soul.
Do you think that Leah is lost forever?
Diablo consumed her. She is gone.
Do you not think Leah's soul is stronger than that? But then sometimes I forget that you have not seen everything that I have seen.
You always dodge around the truth. Who are you?
What am I? I am covetous Shen, of course. No more, no less. To some that has meant one thing, to others another.
When will you give me a real answer?
When the sun sets in the east and the shore swallows the tide. When the moon smiles upon the day and the blind man sees once again.
Fair enough. God or man?
The time for mysteries is past. I wish to know who you are.
Huh? Why? Do you think it will help you face Diablo?
Knowledge can aid us at unexpected times. The spirits say you are long-lived. Perhaps you know something that will help me.
Oh, yes, I most certainly do. The last time I saw someone more intelligent than you, I was looking in a reflection. Fight intelligently, my friend, and you cannot fail. At any rate, when you defeat Diablo, don't laze about. We have other lands to explore, you and I. Dirge's jewel is still out there somewhere.
And another one, the Lord of Terror.
I know what I fear. For long years, I feared the jewel of Dirges would fall into the wrong hands. That its evil would be unleashed upon our world. But in the sight of all this destruction, I can hardly look or even think upon a jewel, even one as terrible as Dirges. You must save us.
I plan to. Now let's see if the scoundrel has anything to say. A final gift.
I have a gift for you, Lindan.
Is that so?
It is gold. We will go to Kingsport one day soon. Then you can pay your debts, and your brother will be free.
You are much too kind.
We have journeyed together a long way. I am happy to aid you.
Words fail me.
Words are not always needed.
Oh, that was nice of us. Actually, let's take the Templar along, just for fun.
Let us seek honor together, my
And the Enchantress has a hidden legacy.
I spoke with Ethereal, and he helped me translate the document. It was written by an angel who saw promise in humanity. He began to teach a group of young women who had killed the demons their masters summoned.
You and your sisters.
None other. The prophet I have followed for so many years. He was an angel.
That is why you knew Tyrael was an angel.
Yes, but I do not know whether the prophet was the dying angel I met or not. The writings say that he worked in absolute secrecy. Ethereal knew nothing of them.
Then you must find a new path through the world without him.
You are right. And I hope that path will still be with you, my friend.
Oh, like I'd ever leave her behind. And now, I did not clear my inventory. Do I? I do not. So let's go back. I'm hoping I can find a good place to cut here at some point. It might be there will be a slightly short episode at some point.
Diablo is climbing the spire to the Crystal Arch. We must hurry.
You killed me without a second thought when I was no longer of use to you. How can you damn those who helped you?
lies.
The aspect of pain.
I do not have enough mana.
Well, not anymore. In this place, in my experience, you can be quite lucky and get through it really quickly, or otherwise you can get quite lost. And I've just switched to the Templar again, because I think we've been with the Scoundrel for a long time, and I've been with the Enchantress quite a lot, so... Templar time!
This is worse than I feared.
Those blasted demons will die for this.
Though I have to say the Templar seems to be the most boring in terms of what he says. It's all like the same sort of expected platitudes about we will kill the demons, all those evil things will die, and well, I mean, if in the conversations with him you see some sort of there's more to him than just the, I don't know, Silver Knight in shining armor, but the combat stuff he says is just lame, I guess.
I do not have enough mana.
Well, that's fine. Ouch. Fine, let's see if we can turn those into chicken, but I don't think we can. Oh, come on. I did summon the fetish guy who supposedly turns them into chicken, but didn't work. Unless the rune actually changes it so they don't become chicken anymore, but they take more damage. I don't know. I just made these and now I already find ones which are better. Oh well. Well, I do lose some protection, but the amount of health and damage I gain just makes up for it. Oh no. If you see those circles on the ground run, they are really annoying. These guys, the Molo Incinerators, they can summon meteors basically, which is rather tedious. Them to die first, if possible, because the meteors are kind of hard to avoid because the area is large. And they do a lot of damage, so...
The truth burns you.
A monstrous creature.
Brilliant.
I knew Inarius long ago, when he was still among the angels. But he grew weary of battling the demons after a time, and he began to secretly conspire with demons in order to forge a peace. The demoness Lilith became his greatest ally in the Hells, and many other demons and angels joined his cause.
Okay, so now I actually have a choice between two different runes. I could either take Spirit Barrage with Well of Souls or Wall of Zombies with Barricade. Might as well take the zombies. I just choose by which one sounded cooler. I didn't know that happened. Like getting two runes from the same...
My strike is true.
From the same area, basically. And I could use elective mode, but then I'd have to make some choice about what to ditch, and, well, it's fine.
After he gained a following, Inarius stole the sacred World Stone and used it to create and conceal a world he called Sanctuary. Demons and angels alike fled there, and some of them, including Inarius and Lilith, fell in love. Many of these unions resulted in children.
Need more mana.
Called the Nephilim.
So, angels and demons having children? That's apparently super powerful humans.
You die.
Look, I'm no big fan of the Melod Lords, but they tend to be very slow, so easy to deal with. And they're usually alone unless they're like boss groups, in which case they can obviously come in large groups. As elite, there's usually 3 of them, and as a boss, it's 1 boss and 3 minions. So, oh, corrupted angels, ouch. They're quite strong enemies, so having them as champion, as elite group is, I guess, one of the more troublesome options, but as you can see, I can deal with them rather easily. They have sort of strange charge attacks which can deal quite a lot of damage. But whatever the case may be, I will now make a cut and see you next time. Bye bye!